the PPDT is concerned or the SSB procedure concerned, how many days SSB carried out? 5 days. You have to stay for 5 days provided you clear screening. Now your screening is conducted on the first day. Now as far as your screening is concerned, it consists of two parts. First is what? It is OIR test. Second is your PPDT. What is full form of PPDT? Okay, picture perception and discussion test. Now as far as your OIR is concerned, two sets of OIR will be carried out, one after the other. First, one paper will be given to you. It may be consist of 50 questions, 60 questions, but normally what happens, half of the time will be given to you, whatever number of questions are there. If 60 are there, then how much time will you get? Around 30 minutes. Now immediately after that, one more OIR test is given. After that you have your PPDT. Now what will happen? PPDT, you have to write a story based on the picture which will be shown to you. Now what will happen? You will be given a A4 sheet size paper in which a square will be pre-marked and the answer the action word will be written. Other than that, the normal thing which is there, that your name, choice number and date will also be written, and you have to write your name, choice number and date. After that, this square represents the screen in which your picture is shown. So what you have to do, you have to mention the position of the hero / heroine depending upon the gender. Now what happens? Once the screen is shown, you have to write three things here. What all? Age, sex and mood. Now age, as far as age is concerned of the hero / heroine, whatever you perceive. Then second is male / female, depending on the gender. Then mood is of three types. If it is positive, you mention it with plus. If it is negative, you mention it with minus. If it is neutral, you mention with 0. Now where you have to write it? You have to write this as far as the central figure is concerned, hero / heroine. What you have to do, you have to select one person as a hero / heroine, and then your story should be based on that. Now you have to name the hero / heroine. Your own name should not be there, but some different name should be there. Now when you write see the position, where is the hero? Suppose the hero is here or heroine is. What you have to write? You have to write three things. Age, I have told you, whatever age you perceive, there is no age restriction. It depends upon your ingenuity. Now suppose I say 25, male, positive. Positive is what? Mood. Now just circle it. That's all what is required as far as your identification of the hero as far as age, sex and mood is concerned. Now action means you have to write the heading of the story. Understood? Which heading? It is based on what type of story you are thinking, whether it is a social function or it is a marriage function. Anything can be there. Then you have to write your story here. Now when you write your story, you have to consider three factors into mind. With what are they? First is what led to the situation. Then what is next? What is presently going on? Third is what is the outcome? Now whichever story you write, you have to consider these three factors. What led to this situation means little bit past, present, and you can call it future or conclusion. Now as far as your story is concerned, most of the your emphasis should be on the present. As far as the in 4 minutes, how much you will be able to write? You won't be able to write more than 80 to 100 words. You can say 12 to 13 lines. More if you want to write, that is up to you. But you won't be, some of you won't be able to write more than 12 to 13 lines. What should be the content as far as these three are concerned of these? The 15 to 20% should be your first part, 60 to 70% should be your second part, and again 15 to 20% should be your third part. That is your past, present and future, or conclusion you can call it. Understood? Now, when you write your story, you have to write in one complete paragraph. Also, don't use words like hard working, sincere, etc. That is not required. Basically, your action should be there. Now, as far as your PPDT is concerned, it is not that your all 15 officer qualities are checked. It is just checked whether you are able to, will you be able to fit into the second stage of the testing or not. So, you should not worry about all these 15 officer qualities. Understood? Any questions? Anyone? Any question? No?
Good morning everyone. The picture shown to us, I have perceived two characters, but the main character of my story is Nitish, 22 years old. They saw a person, fisherman, calling for help because his boat was drifted away from the shore. So Nitish and his friend decided to help him. So first of all, Nitish arranged a rope from the nearby fisherman who was working over there. He tied the rope on his waist and told his friend to keep the other end. To hold the other end so that he can save him if there is any kind of accident or mishappening something. So Nitish swam to the boat and caught up to the boat, and then he the rope which was tied to his waist, he tied the rope to the boat, and they pull up the boat towards the shore, and that's how they helped the fisherman, because the boat was the only source of income of the fisherman, and that's how they helped him. Thank you. That's all.
Friends, from the picture shown to us, I have received two characters. Both were male and their age group is around 22 years old, and they were in positive mood. And the action of my story is receiving childhood friend from the Mumbai port. And my central character of my story is Harshvardhan, who is 22 years old, final year student of BTech in Mumbai. So as his childhood friend was coming to meet with us from Jaipur, so he was very excited and happy. So he reached the port before time and waited for him. After receiving him, he took him at his home and he served his favorite drink, fizz. He also gifted him his favorite watch, and he enjoyed their time. They also recalled their childhood memories, how they used to get the fun. After that, they went for the lunch outside. They did various shoppings and enjoyed the movies. And at the night, when they come back home, his friend served him the food, his favorite food. And the last, they also discussed about their future goals and the studies which they are doing. At last, they also enjoyed their album of childhood, and they enjoyed the night. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. After the picture shown to us, I have perceived two characters, both male, age group 20-21, mood positive. Action of the story is guiding the rescue boat at the shore. And the main character of my story is Anil, who is 21 years old, and he has recently done his graduation. And one day he and his NCC team was called at river, and they were going under training. As his team was given responsibility of helping the boat, which was having rescue like food and aid supply in it, and the task was given to them was to guide the boat to hangar it at a shore of the river. And they guided it properly, and after that they unloaded the ship which was having food and medical aid, and they were going under training for helping the flood victims, and they done it properly, and later on their work and their efforts was also appreciated by their company CEO. Thank you.
Good morning gentlemen. From the picture I perceived two characters, both male, age positive, mood positive, and age group between 23 to 36. And the action of my story is upscaling father's fishing business. Arjuna recently completed his MBA and decides to leverage his knowledge to upscale his father's fishing business. So he first of all prepares a budget estimate and thereafter avails loan from banks and also arranges funds from private sources, and he purchases a commercial trailer boat. Thereafter he contacts contact local suppliers and directly maintains a supply chain system with them so as to eliminate the middlemen. And also he coordinates with the fellow fishermen to form a fisherman cooperative and avail benefits of Pradhan Mantri Jal Sampada Yojana and also create storage facilities. With all these efforts, he was able to upscale his father's business and for the betterment. Thanks a lot.
Good morning everyone. In the picture shown to us, I have perceived two characters. Both are male, but the main character of my story is Rahul, who is 30 years old, male, and is in a positive mood. Rahul, who is 30 years old, lives in Kochi and he was electrotechnical officer on the port. So one day he was called for an emergency by the authorities. Like there was a ship it was having some electrical issues, and he was called for the emergencies. The electrician who was on board wasn't able to find the issue. So with his help, after a few hours, he was able to find the issue and resolved it, and the ship was again on the sea. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. From the shown picture, I have perceived multiple characters in which the main character of my story is Ravi, who is 19-year-old and male and mood is positive. So Ravi is studying in 10th class in Bharat Vidyapit Senior Secondary School, and his brother also doing graduation from the MDSU University, and his father is a merchant navy officer. So they are at a vacation and they spend they have a good attachment with their father, so they spend so much time with them, and just like they visited some places and they do some traveling and sports also. But this as according to the merchant navy rule, this 6 months vacation and the 6 months of work, so the time spent very easily with their father. So now the time has come that his father has to leave now. So they just plan to see of their father by going at the port of Bombay, and they just make some cards and give the bouquet to his father and just give them beautiful memories that they can concentrate on their work back. Thank you so much.
Good morning friends. From the picture shown to us, I have perceived two characters, both male and age 35 and mood positive. And the action of my story is upgrading a ship. Aman, who is the captain of the ship, found that his ship requires some new upgradation, so he called a team of engineers and ordered them to inspect the ship. Then after inspecting, engineers found that the ship requires new technology and new equipments in it, and after knowing it, he wrote a letter to the owner of the company, and after allocation of a budget, he installed new equipments and upgraded the ship, and soon the ship was upgraded. Thank you.
Good morning friends. From the picture shown to us, I have perceived two characters. One is around the age of 40 to 45 years old and other is 17 years old. So the main character of my story is Rahul, who is studying in class 12, and the action of my story is visiting a nearby port. So Rahul, who lives in a village near Goa, once he decided to visit a port in Goa with his father. He went there and he saw the ships which were leaving, and he also said goodbye, and by waving his hand towards the ship, he felt very good. And then he saw the proceedings of the port which are going on. He saw that the ships are loading and unloading, and he also talked to the workers what are the work they are doing. And then he also clicked some pictures on the ship, and after in the evening he enjoyed the sunset with his father, and later on he returned to his home. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. From the picture shown to us, I have perceived two characters, and the main character of my story is Rahul. Rahul was a student of class 12 in Sanskar International School, Sikar, and his father was a software engineer in Sri Lanka. In the vacations of his father decided to come back to home, and he came through the waterways, and he came there, and Rahul and his grandfather went to take him to the home. So they took him to home, and Rahul's father was happy after coming back to home, and he brought many toys for his younger child, and brought a new phone for Rahul as his board exams were very well, and everyone was happy to see Rahul's father after a long time. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. From the picture shown, I perceive two characters. However, my main character is Anil, who is a final year BTech student from GEC Gandhinagar. He is doing an internship from Kandla port of Gujarat. He works under the chief engineer where he learn new things. He note all the equipments that need for a ship and machinery. Once the chief engineer was sick, so he alone undertake the work of chief engineer and contact with the ship and thank you.
Good morning everyone. The main character of my story is Rahul, who was a young boy of age 18. After his board exams in summer vacations, he with his friend decided to go to the trip to Kerala. From their savings, they go there and enjoy very much by hill climbing, river rafting and boating, etc. with all safety measures. They also go to the important geographical areas, and after the trip of three days, they came back to their home and tell about their trip, and they are very happy. Thank you.
Good morning friends, in this picture I perceive three characters. All are male, all are in positive mood, age group between 18 to 20 years of age. Action of my story is summer vacation trip, and Rahul is my central character of my story. Akshay is 18 years old, he has completed his 12th class. In the summer he decided to go to Goa. He asked his parents and friends and convinced them. He took some money from parents and he also booked the tickets of his friends. They all are met at the station and they all took their necessary items and snacks and they enjoyed their train journey. And at the Goa, they first decided they will go to the beach at evening. After the spending some time on beach, they decided to go to the nearby port, and on the port they saw some ships and they clicked some photos with the ships. After the ship, in night they decided to watch movies in cinema hall. They watched movie. They spent 2 to 3 days at their trip and they came back at home and they shared the experience with their family members and friends. Okay, thank you.
Jai Hind everyone. From the picture shown to us, I have perceived multiple characters. Yet, my main character is Naveen, who is 18 years old, male and is in positive mood. So, action of my story is saying goodbye to his friends. So, Naveen is an 18-year-old young boy who is currently in 12th class and enjoying his summer vacations at home. So, in the last days of his summer vacation, he along with his friend decided to go on a trip. So, in their trip, they first planned to visit a nearby lake and go on a boating on that lake. So, they took all the necessities with them and decided to go on the lake. And on the lake, when Naveen is about to go on the boat, he got a call from his father. And his father told him that there is a certain emergency and he had to come home. At first, Naveen got sad and refused to go to the home again. But then he understood his father's perception and went to the home. There he helped his father, and after helping his father got very happy that he promised him to go on a trip on the following week at Manali. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. From the picture I have perceived many characters. The main character of my story is Ajay, age 23, gender is male and mood is neutral. Ajay is an student who is from an backward village which is situated at coastal area. He was watching news channel and got to know that a cyclone was coming towards their coast and will hit their coast in 4 to 5 hours. He immediately contacted police so that they can make announcement around coastal areas so that poor fishermen who don't have communication method can get to know about the cyclone. He also contacted radio channels and TV channels so that if any fishermen have any TV or radio, so that they could got to know about the cyclone. He also rushed toward the coastal area and informed as many as fishermen as he could, and he left the coastal area at the time. After some hours, the cyclone hit the coast and after the environment was okay, he got to know that there was no human life casualties and he was happy to save poor fishermen. Thank you.
Good morning gentlemen. From the picture shown to us, I have perceived two characters. but my main character is Tejas. Tejas is a port officer working in Visakhapatnam port. One day he got order from his seniors that there is a cyclone building in the Bay of Bengal, so he had to stop all the ships and fishermen ships that are going towards the Bay of Bengal. So Tejas with his co-workers of the port and also communicated the fishermen from the radio channels, and there he saved to tell them that there is a cyclone in the Bay of Bengal and they should return to the port. So after that, they all the fishermen come to the port and reported him, and after that they docked their ship there and also anchored it. And after that, Tejas reported all this scenario to his senior, and senior respected and complimented him that he is true gentleman, that he saved such many lives after that incident. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. From the given picture I have perceived many characters, and the main character of my story is Vishal, who and his friend Aryan visit after getting their 12th over. They visited to the dense forest of their Odisha state. After losing their route, they were not able to find the path, and there was no people around where they were trekking. So Vishal decided to follow the path of the river so that they can find any type of farming civilization or the people living at there. After following the path, they saw a shipyard present at there. So to attract the attention of the ship there, they perform various activities such as burning of the woods present at there, so that the smoke of the wood can attract the attention of the leader of the ship. And as the ship captain saw, he moved towards them, and they got their lives saved. Thank you.
Good morning, gentlemen. The picture shown us perceive the multiple characters, but the main character of my story is Dhruv, age 32, mood positive. Dhruv is a 32-year-old man who works at Mumbai's port as a port manager. His work is to check all the goods and to ensure that nothing illegal should be transported through the port. One day in early morning, Dhruv got a phone call from the nearby SHO of nearby police station that a blue ship will be arriving at 11 a.m. to your port and it might contain something illegal. After getting this news, Dhruv asked all his workers to get careful and aware and to check everything on the ship. By the 11 a.m. the ship arrived and Dhruv started checking for the ship. By the time police also arrived there, and first they caught all the men who were sailing the boat, and after finding for an hour they find the gold at the lower part of the compartment of the ship. Police thanks the Dhruv for his help and assist, and he also received an honorary award from the government side. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. From the given picture I have perceived multiple characters, and the main character of my story is Rahul. Rahul is 20 years old and working in a tech company. He once decided with his friends to go on a vacation to the airport. So he applied for the leave. As soon as he got the leave, he with his friends went to the airport. He visited many places and he visited many lakes where there were facilities of boat riding were also available. So they hired a speed boat to have a better experience. So while they were traveling in the speed boat, they were ill functioning in the boat, and 3 to 4 times their boat was stopped. So as soon as they reached back to the corner, they complained about the condition of the boat and uncleanliness on the boat, and asked for the refund because of the bad experience. And later their complaint was accepted and they were given the refund. Thank you.
The scenario of the lecture, because from the discussion a common theme has came out, that is people going out for a trip and seeing off. So we should take it as a around cyclone, because there are clouds in the background.
Visiting a port or a story about traveling, so we can make
And it is a seeming that it is a boat in a water body, and we have made a story about a river or something.
Let us first of all decide the ages of the two characters. As chess number 8 rightly mentioned, the one person is looking elderly, so he can be the father and the other person can be the son. So age of the father can be 40, 41, and the son can be of age 18 to 19 years old. Yes.
So we can
main character as a son.
The other children, like the son who is 17 to 18 years old, he has this summer vacations in his.
So he
the different types of ships, and he decided to go to visit a nearby port in Goa. He lives in a village.
And I think as it is mentioned in the discussion that the younger one is a son, and as we know that younger ones are eager, and we can make a story around the younger one.
I think gentleman father is number 7 has mentioned he is aspiring to join Navy, so he can also at this point.
He can also one merchant, and so his father in order to motivate him took him to a port, and his father is also serving in Indian
So as he was
that can be
during the summer vacation, he went to his
Gentlemen, we
home.
can add some more actions into our story, like he talked to the workers, like what work they do, because he was very curious about the works which have been doing in the.
So he decided.
He talked to a merchant navy officer who added about the thrills of his profession so as to further motivate him.
And there we can say that there is a ship, so he got very mesmerized to see that ship.
From the picture, we can see that he is waving his hand towards the ship, so he can say goodbye to some the ship.
And he also climbed the park ship and clicked pictures in the ship.
So he climbed on the ship
and his father told him about the various functions of the ship, and also told about the various parts of the ship.
And also he would tell about various positions in a rig, like what is the deck, what is the control room, and what is the sill, what is the observation deck, and he was very keen in observing all the things and was very good at grasping.
His father also told that how a ship is docked on a port and how it is going to sail from the port, and what are the requirements that is in it.
And he also shared his experience with his friends, and also that they also get inspired from that.
Number 13, that he also asked the experience about sailing merchants who were there present on the ship, and what are conditions, how they handle their conditions at that time.
I'll divide the group into two. 22 to 42 is one group. So this group will first discuss first.
After seeing the
I think we have discussed the actions. If anybody wants to add further actions, they can add while we are concluding the story. So I think the age of the character would be 42 and 18 to 19 years of age, and he is a merchant navy officer whose son is aspiring to join merchant navy.
During the Diwali vacation, he went from his hostel.
He went from his hostel to visit his father and understand the working at the ports there. So he first of all visits the container yard, where he sees the loading and unloading procedure of the cargoes at the ship, and thereafter he meets a merchant friend of his a sailor friend of his father, who tells about the profession.
we should also discuss about what type of the port it was, international port or national port. We can also talk about the port was.
It was a busy cargo port. If it is a busy cargo port that is handling inland waterways, so that would be.
And I think also his father also some telling about the procedure of that how to join merchant navy and how they get the college to join the merchant navy.
And also, as earlier mentioned by chest number 7, he also got the information about the different equipments and the knowledge about the ship, like he has mentioned deck and
like how a ship navigating water body as it is navigated with the help of radar system, and
yes, a well-maintained point by chest number 46 that since he was going to enroll in engineering branch of merchant navy, so he also took him to the control room, where he was able to know about how the communication system works,
all the function of the system closely,
how the radar functioning and receiving happens. So that also further motivated him.
And how to tackle the situation in difficult times, just like sometimes the machines are not working properly, so that is also some.
And
also discuss about
for their work which they are doing for the country.
I think they also discuss about the people they were working at there, and also tell the role of the captain and sailor and various other teammates also. And
so I think at the last we should discuss about the last part of the story, just like what is the outcome of this. Just like
at the end, he was very motivated and he prepared well for his merchant navy examinations.
He thanked the whole team and about their work
and was able to enroll in the profession. So now we should nominate someone to give the common story.
Okay, second group.
So I think we should make a story behind the cyclone, because there were clouds in the background and the coastal area was seemed to be ruler.
saying that we should make story around cyclone. So during the cyclone, no ships are allowed to go into the sea. So
Yes, there are small boats and the hero of our story is informing the fishermen and the small fishermen that are sailing.
Gentlemen, as we discussed the blueprint of the theme already, so we should
work upon adding more action on them.
if there is any cyclone around the beach, the authorities inform the beach sites before 24 hours or 48 hours time. So we should.
Yes, we can make 24 hours before time.
So we can make a story around this one.
The place don't seems to be an port or something like that. So we should, I think we should make a story around the cyclone only. And now we should add some actions in our story.
the location could be of a pond or of a lake, so that we can as we propose that it was not supposed to be a pond.
In the story there is a ship behind. And that is the scene of mini port.
Instead of a port, we can take a coast, make a main hero.
Yeah, we can also take it as a port, so that we.
Before the cyclone was coming, around 40 hours before the hitting the main place,
Now-
we can make a.
Now we should add some actions to our story, like the main hero of our story is informing the authorities like police station and news channel and radio channel.
Gentlemen, how our main character got to know about that cyclone? Is there any action we can add to that?
Simple story writer. Our main character is Rahul, who is a Coast Guard officer since last 4 years. He has much experience of this, so he got the information from higher authorities that a cyclone will be hitting in next 48 hours or 72 hours. We can take such a time. So he, before he took a boat with his members and started sailing towards not deep sea but the sea where the fishermen used to fishing and inform them about the cyclone, keep them away from the. So we can take like this.
So we can take the age of our hero around 25 to 26-year-old, as you proposed that it was an officer, Coast Guard officer. So
we can take his age around 26 or 27.
As the person is raising his hand, he is trying to tell him that there is a cyclone to be hit in some time. So he is telling him about the cyclone in few hours. So he wanted him and his friends to take rest at the yard and park their ships there.
He also contacted the police to manage some automobiles in which the fishermen can sit and go far from the coastal area at in time.
yeah, and he also announced that on radio, so that many
They
of us
also
get to
went
know
on,
about
as
that.
you can see, they also went on. We can also at one point they also went on patrolling before the cyclone was hitting the area. So see, there was no fisherman nearby.
And after that, he informed me senior that all the port is that safe and
Okay, last 1 minute.
there.
So
Okay, now we should conclude our story.
So in last we can add one more pointer that after clearing the coast, sea or the coast side, they came back to the coast and make proper arrangement that on beach there was no one, so that there is no harm to any person.
Also, we can add that the authorities arrange food for the people if they for the people living in camp. Those are fishermen who were saved from the coastal area.
So we can go by the story that our main character is Naveen, who is 25 to 26 years old, and he is a Coast Guard officer. So he followed weather forecasting and got to know that there is a cyclone in another 24 hours on a nearby coast. So he went there and tell all the peoples around that coast so that they can get out of that coast, and also
Inform the authorities.
Also inform the authorities and await that boat which was shipping, await that ship in that coast so that it also could get out, and also he managed to get that information on radio so that everyone of that get notified about that.
Also, police manage some food for the fishermen and some automobiles so that they can be transported.
Yeah.
So now we should nominate our
Chess number 13. Chess number 4. Chess number 4.
I think we.
Chess number 4.
Okay, more concludes.
I think just number 4 has given most of the points, so I think he should conclude.
Thank you for nominating. So our story is like that. Nominating me. So we concluded that our story is like that. Our main character of our story is Ajay, who is around 25 years old and mood is neutral. He got to know from weather forecasting that an cyclone will hit their nearby coast in 40 hours, and he immediately informed the authorities like police station, radio channels and TV channels, so that the fishermen can be got to know about the cyclone. The police arranged the transportation for fishermen and also food for the fishermen who were transported. And the cyclone came and they saved many people's life. Thank you.
Okay, this group.
Thank you group for nominating me, sir. After having a discussion with the group, our group has made a common story on and the main character of our story is age 21, male and mood positive, and his father, who is age 42, is a merchant navy officer, and one day he told his father about his interest of joining merchant navy, and after knowing it, his father took him to his port at which his father was posted, and his father told him about the working of the merchant navy, and he took him to a ship and discussed about the navigation system of the ship, and later on he begged by to the group of the ship, and he at last he applied for the merchant navy and got selected, and after training he became an engineer in merchant navy. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ship.
Yes, sir.
And ship was what? What was the size of? What is difference between ship and a boat? So was it a ship or a boat?
Ship.
Now, if ship is there, it means some deep water is there or not? So where will you find deep water? Ocean. So first of all, when you see the picture, please see the picture clearly. Don't move your eyes before 30 seconds. पूरे 30 सेकंड उसको देखो. You see the foreground, you see the background. What all you have noticed in this picture? बताओ. Now, have you seen somebody waving like this? कोई दिखा था? Then, have you seen someone standing on the ship? देखा था? Someone else was there where the person was going to left of him. Somebody was there. So now, which all themes can be there as far as this picture is concerned? First is somebody told about merchant navy. ठीक है. Also, now if you want to go to your age, what all stories can be there?
Visiting the port,
Visiting the port, or if can't you do training in academy? From there can't you go on for a visit? जाते हो कि नहीं जाते हो? Like ND people, ND in the sixth term, they or the fourth term, the sixth term they go to Mumbai, they visit the ships, उनको पूरी ships दिखाते हैं. Then anyone else like anyone going for navy, that can go. Also during the training, what do you do there? During the holidays, when the mid-term break is there, people are voluntarily asked to go on hikes. What is hike? To go to different places. So that can also be there. Other than that, what has happened? When the Russia-Ukraine war took place, what happened to the Indian students who were there? क्या हुआ?
They were sent back to home.
So can't you make a theme on that?
Yes.
हो सकता है कि नहीं? Then what is Operation Madad? नाम सुना है? Indian government ने कोई Operation Madad किया था. Which place? मदद और सहायता. So whatever it is there, also anything can be there. You should not get restricted to one particular thing. Now general points. First of all, when you write your story, if you are unable to complete it, just don't worry. When you narrate, you should be able to complete. Now also, what will happen when you are divided into group of 15 each? What is happening? How much time will be there? There will be around minimum 10 minutes will be there before the first group goes inside. So what you should do in that particular time? अपना story revise करो. Also, ask your friends, क्या तेरा theme क्या था, तेरा theme क्या था, तेरा theme क्या था. It will help you. क्या help करेगा? Group discussion में. When the people will be narrating. But once a person narrates, suppose 42 is narrating, you should look at him. उसकी तरफ देखो. Whether you are interested or not, but you have to look at him. So during the discussion, what happens? 2-3 options can be there. There can be a fish market, हो सकता ही नहीं हो सकता है. So what you should do? Wait, because what happens? Take an example. If two people are talking to each other, just forget about this discussion. आप किसी से बात करो, and you will find that gap will always be there. After 5-6 minutes, हमेशा gap आता है. दोनों बात ही नहीं करते, फिर बैठे ही रहते हैं थोड़ी देर के लिए, फिर बात करना शुरू करते हैं. So similar gap will also come here. उस gap में बात कर लो. Secondly, you know that chest number 10 has finished. उसके बाद में what will happen? Is any permission required? Automatically जब start करते हो, take the initiative at that time. उसी टाइम में बोलो. That is the best opportunity. Understood? Yes. So you should take advantage of that. Now, if you have noticed, when chest number 4 was narrating, how was he standing? He was standing like this. So when you narrate, your position should be correct. Now also there is no hand movement, you can do it. Hand movement का कोई problem नहीं है. If you want to stand like this, खड़े हो जाओ, कोई problem नहीं है. But your posture should be correct. Who all have noticed? किसने notice किया था जब खड़ा था? Notice? So you should be careful about that. And also इतने कॉन्शियस क्यों हो जाते हो? एक ये छोटी सी चीज है कि उसमें कॉन्शियस हो जाते हो. जरूरत क्या है? Now just observe 9. What is 9 doing? इसका वो लेग चल रहा है. So this is a distraction. The assessors are there, sitting there. Also, when you narrate, don't look at the assessors. उनको देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. You should what did I tell you? क्या बोलता रहता हूँ मैं हमेशा? When you narrate क्या करना चाहिए? मुंडी कहाँ होनी चाहिए? You should keep moving your मुंडी left and right. आदत डाल लो इसकी. Understood? Otherwise there is no restriction sitting. Yes, आराम से मत बैठो, पीछे थोड़ा सा आगे होकर बैठो. Any questions, anyone?